Hello everyone, Dan here with the Wealth Instinct. I wanted to share with you my latest article, The Reason People Don't Take Your Advice and What to Do Instead. But first, I wanted to ask a favor if you could subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon so you get notifications. I share a lot of articles about business, personal development, and coaching. So this post I actually created based on a conversation I had in one of my coaching sessions. I have a student who is a natural coach. He loves to give people advice everywhere he goes. He wants to tell people things they could do differently. He wants to give them advice, and I kind of got the impression that people don't always listen. And I've seen this with other people where they get frustrated that why don't people take my advice? Why don't people listen to me? And the truth is that people just don't listen. And I've noticed this too, and it used to frustrate me, but now that I work as a coach, it doesn't really bother me as much because I get it, right? Like we all need to grow. We all need, throughout life, we need to grow and change, but we don't learn the best by just listening to and doing what other people tell us. And honestly, it's really like a self-defense mechanism, right? We have to protect ourselves and be a little bit skeptical and not just do what other people recommend or say. It really depends on who's giving the advice and our relationship with them and a lot of different things. But the truth is we need to learn things the right way in order to really absorb and take action. But people don't listen, right? They're skeptical and they don't want to be told how to grow. And the truth is, even if they listen, they probably won't believe you, right? People need to make mistakes for themselves. They need to be able to learn things, the hard way, or at least through some of their own effort. Like they have to learn through taking some action and getting some feedback in their own life before it's relatable to them and they believe it. And when I was talking to my student, I was thinking about it and thinking, how do you help a plant grow? You're not going to tell a plant how to grow. You're not going to physically help it grow, right? What you're going to do is you're going to give the plant what it needs. So you're going to give the plant a good location to grow. You're going to give it good soil. You're going to make sure it's in a spot where it gets the right amount of sunlight, balance of sunlight and shade, and also, gets plenty of water. And people are the same way. Like people don't want to be told how to grow, right? Because it's a constraint. Like people want to develop in their own way. They want to be themselves. They might want to, even if they want to be like you or get the results you have, they want to do it in their own unique way. And so you got to allow them to do that. So you just need to give them what they need to grow. And what do people need? Well, in terms of this analogy, plants need water. And so, giving someone water, try sprinkling compliments on them. We do this not only in our personal lives, but also in the corporate world, where we tell people everything they're doing wrong. We point out all their mistakes, and we say, oh well, it's not personal. It's just business. Don't take it personally, or you've got to have a thick skin. But the truth is, no matter how thick your skin is, when you share with someone things that they're doing wrong or you think they're doing wrong, you can see in their eyes that it affects them in some way, no matter what they say, especially if they say they have a thick skin. BS, right? Like you can see right through them, and it, and even when you say it, that's true. So the best leaders and the best way to help other people grow is to point out what they're doing right, point out all the things that they're doing right, and that'll build the relationship of rapport where they'll be more receptive and open. And the truth is, most people are doing most things right. It's usually just one or two or a few things that they need to work on. And even if there is a lot more they need to work on, there's only so much people can work on at a time. So you've got to establish that base, that positive energy, before you can make changes. You've got to have a reservoir of positivity, as it's sometimes referred to. And sunlight, plants need sunlight. Sunlight is basically the energy that gives them to grow. And you can give your warm energy to other people. and, shine a light on them. Help them to see what's good about themselves. And so giving them this warm energy, and you can see it when someone comes into a room, if you've given them positivity, they light up, and if you've been negative towards them, they cower down and withdraw. And if you don't think that affects their growth, if you don't think that affects the relationship in a negative way, then I think you're kidding yourself. You want to give people good soil to grow. And if you think about what is good soil is broken down plants. It's a lot of, compost it's a lot of it's worm poop. It's plants that have died and been decomposed and broken down. It's it's mistakes. It's when you make mistakes and you share your mistakes with other people, it gets them to let their guard down a little bit. It gives you a connection with them, that you're not perfect and you don't expect them to be perfect. When you share your mistakes with other people, they can learn from your mistakes, and they can learn that it's okay to make mistakes. And I think that's one of the most important things you can teach people, because that's the only way people learn, is through mistakes. And so sometimes you don't want to let people make mistakes because you're afraid to see them fail, but that's the only way they're going to learn. And if you give them that space and you give them that gift of allowing them to make their own mistakes, learn as much as they can from yours, but also make mistakes, it'll help them grow. And space, plants need space to grow. If you crowd them, it will stifle their growth. And people need a little space to be able to make their own decisions, to be able to think things through, and to make mistakes. They need that space, and you got to give it to them if you really want to help them grow. So this is just a quick article, and something I thought about and I wanted to share. And I want to thank you for reading this far. I am a coach. I do coach people in business and mindset, and it's funny. I didn't really become a coach until I'd already been coaching for a year, and I say that because in the beginning I would just give people information. They would come to me and tell me the results they wanted, and I would say, well, this is what you need to do. And most people would follow through, but some didn't. And so I got really curious and began to study what makes people change. And more importantly, what makes people not change. They want something, they want a result, but they don't change. So why? And I really got curious about that, and realized that the best way to help people grow is to just care about them, to listen to them, to care about them, and to be supportive. And so that's what I try to do. And this link here at the bottom is for a training that if you are interested in starting your own business, is really awesome training. It will help you. It'll give you some clarity on the types of online businesses that are available today and which ones are the best ones. And so I really suggest that you click on that link and check it out, and give me some feedback. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Well, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you, and wish you all the best. And I hope to talk soon. Take care.